welcome to another exciting edition of Amped, where the only thing amplified are the biomes. Anyway, we're starting over here on top of this little hill. As you can see, the cow population's getting to be a bit much. And the chicken coop we started a while ago, so is that. Anyway, you might remember I built an Enderman shelter, and it was on an island with a large lagoon surrounding it. Problem with that was that there wasn't enough land for enemies to spawn on. So, in between episodes, when I was doing other things, I did this to the lagoon, and I'm aiming down on purpose, because I don't want to give it away quite yet. There's the lagoon, or what's left of it. Yes, I have actually dug a ton of dirt from way out back there and in a plains, and literally filled, minus these strips, literally filled in the entire thing up to these points here with dirt. And of course, I did not cap it. I completely filled it in, because when I make this map available for download, slower computers will be able to render this world a little bit faster doing just that. And as you can see, there's the Enderman shelter, and you can see that there's torches that go out a certain distance away. That's done on purpose so that I can go to the edge of the fence, and enemies that are at the edge of the light will be too far away, minus the zombies, to detect my presence. Anyway, another thing we're going to do is we're going to have a couple of events that I hold on every episode, or should I say every show that I've had thus far, with the exception of the one-way episode is we need food. We're going to have a PeTA moment. So, we're not going to kill every single one of you, but a lot of you are going to go. We need food. Are you ready? Let's have a PeTA moment. That's enough for now. That'll take care of the population for just a little bit. So what I'm going to do is go over here, and I'm going to cook up quite a bit of the steak. I still have some here. So I'm okay for now. But what we want to do is we want to... we don't have enough wheat, because before I started the show, I bolstered the head count over there. Anyway, this sword's starting to get a little worn. As you can tell, I have not bothered to really do iron materials, that's what I'm trying to say, as of yet. Not caring for now. And speaking of, I'm just going to do enough to protect me. I'm not going to do any fancy armor of sorts. Okay, we got that. I'm missing the pants. There we go. As I say, it is something. But you got an unbreaking 2 there, but we're going to save that. Nah, we're not going to save it. That's special. That'll help just a little bit more. I'm going to take what we got right now. Good enough. Also, now that I've made all that land, getting ender pearls is fairly easy. I got a ton of those up in the shack. And I got quite a few clay balls from the lake that I've been filling in. I don't know why I just don't do that. And it split for some reason. Oh well, don't matter. Anywho, gonna do is I'm gonna take some of the more important stuff. Yeah, we could do that. We'll leave the piece of dirt behind, just so we can carry. Yeah, we got enough. All I'll do is just temporarily put that there, and I'm gonna throw this piece of stick to be there. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to pause the video, and we're gonna run up to the house that's right up there. And I'll have everything put away, and we'll pick it up. Okay, we're in my pretty plain bedroom. I plan on doing more with it. As you can see, I got some carpet put down. And I just want to show you that ever since... it's starting to get dark anyway. Ever since I've filled in all that land, I got a ton of ender pearls. Something that's been under operation for a very short period of time. That's not too bad. So we've got that. And I don't remember if I ever showed you the attic. I think I have. There's just one slight issue with the way the game works. I used to be able to put signs on the boxes just like so. And let's just throw that in there. Got mushrooms, we can throw that in there. Some flowers. Some more of that. Clay balls and blocks. Oh, I found another brewable item there. And slime, you can see I put the sign behind here because the trick to putting the signs on the chest, I can't get it to work. Not anymore. I used to be able to. Which is why this is the way that is. Iron. See, I got iron. I could make iron stuff. I got a little gold for some other stuff of that nature. TNT and redstone. Haven't bothered turning it into TNT quite yet. A little bit of redstone from what little discoveries we have made. Alright. So what I'm going to do is head back into the bedroom. I found that I have another thing to put away, which I didn't do. Is the string. Weaponry and armor parts. Let's see, string. There she is. Alrighty, let's go to bed here. And you can see as I was making the intro, I kind of got slain by a zombie. To absolutely no one's surprise. And by the way, during that whole project, I died quite a few times. I'm not going to hide that from you. Well, anyway, I still have the... Well, I'm not too worried. See, construction materials, well, it's somewhat for immediate use. However, I'm just going to throw that over there. And that's some other spare material there. And one of the projects we're going to do today is build a stable for horses. Now, in another village, or should I say in a village we found, there's quite a few horses, and we're going to try and bring them here. But we're going to build some stables, and I'm thinking of using that too. Alright. So what we're going to do is going to head downstairs. Basically, I'm just going to head down and when we come back, we'll be ready to take care of the chicken issue, because that's getting out of hand as well. Okay, we're here at the chicken coop. We gotta thin that out. And before we do that, as I was clearing land, I found this little water source. There was sort of a lake here. Actually, it was a tiny amount of running water. And there is a small, or so I believe it was, a small cave system in there. At some point we'll look. And if you're wondering why I left little slips of water, that's so if anyone wants to fish or hunt octopi at some point, when I make the map available, or I might do it myself, there's a place for it. And another reason to build the stables, so Horsey has a place of his own. Alrighty. I've never done two at once, but this will be the second PETA moment of the game. And once again, we're not going to kill everything. And away we go. Just like the other time, I left 4. However, we got these eggs. So that'll help boost the population a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab these eggs and start whipping them around. So I know, oh dear, I got quite a few of them to go through. So I'm not going to bore you with breaking all these eggs, because I'm sure you're not going to care to watch. So what I'm going to do is we're going to head back to the hill over there, but before we do that, I'm going to break the rest of these off camera. Alright, just before we go up the hill, you can see by throwing the eggs, the population has gone up quite a bit. And one of the other projects I wanted to do, and I decided to tackle this as I was building all of this up, is the annoying issue in which to get to the other side, I have to jump up this hill and then get all the way to the top, only to go back all the way down again. Seems to be a bit much of work, wouldn't you think? So what I am going to do, besides start this, and I'm going to put away I'm going to put the whole thing away for now, and put that away, is I am going to dig a tunnel that goes from there to the other side. And what I did here is I used the good old F3 like so, and determined from the little walkway that's on the other side that the X position is negative 276, 277, so I came on this side and put these 2 blocks here to remind me where the tunnel will go. And the tunnel will go 3 blocks down as it goes over that way. But what I'm going to do, and I'm hitting everything but the button I want, is right now I'll just start with the immediate tunnel. I got more shovels there. I even had one that was right in plain sight and didn't take. I'm going to dig out the tunnel right now. Not all of this will be done on camera. I'll make it 3 high. I just want to get this project started. And what I will also do is drop it down as we go. And what I might do is feather out these hills. And one of the things I thought would happen, and it did, is this is winding up in part of the tunnel system, which, okay, yeah, that'll happen. I'll just take a slight hit right here and head right back up. I believe it's, yep, right here. We haven't been here in a while, haven't we? So what I'm going to do right now is completely not pay attention to where I'm going, because I'm thinking I'm coming out of there. And that's for safety's sake. Grab some of the cluck meat there, and might use some of this birch as well. Just sleep the night off. Alrighty. So what I'm going to do is build this tunnel, and I'm going to widen the access point in that direction, because that's where those doors are. This just winds up lining up with the cow pen, which is not exactly what we truly wanted. Alright. That works. So what I'm going to do is I can't reach what I want. Well, I'll take another dive. I want this to look somewhat realistic. There. So, there. What we're going to do is, as we dig, okay, maybe right about there, we'll start our first little drop. And I'll dig this tunnel just a little further than that. That way there's no binding spot. And I'm not going to bore you with this whole project. I just want to get it started. I want you to sort of see what's going to be going on. And as we're doing this, we're going to, of course, light it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Every fifth block we'll throw a torch up just to be sure everything is well lit. And of course, one of the things I want to do is make this sort of a believable thing, so I'm gonna dig that out like so. This won't take long, and this will be a fairly believable tunnel system. And we take out the very first torch that I laid down. Good job. Alrighty. When we come back, we'll have a tunnel system going through here, because I'm sure you don't want to watch. Alright, I hit a little snafu in recording. When I thought I was recording, I wasn't. And when I thought I wasn't, I was. Everything up to where I paused the video to stop watching the progress of me building that tunnel is pretty much right where everything should be. What you didn't see is that it all came out in the end, and I terraced off this land this way. I also terraced it at an angle this way, so if I come out of the tunnel, I can head over this way, no problem. Lots of easier access there. And instead of climbing the hill and climbing back down, it's just simply drop, 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 and I'm pretty much there. And I put half slabs in on each increment so I don't have to jump. This is pretty much, it is what it is. Can't really do much with that. So now we got a better access system. Now, why I don't put steps in here, it's probably because, yeah, it would turn into a much bigger project, I think. So anyway, what I also have been doing is, as I collect a lot of dirt, and I have collected quite a bit of it, is I fill in all of this stuff. And I'm not going to bore you with all of this, but I am going to do a little of it on camera. So, one of the things people have brought up is why you don't see new episodes of Amped or Watch Me Suck or any other of the videos as often as it usually happens. And that's because I have a job, I have other priorities. Now, a lot of people have jobs, or most people that have YouTube stuff on Minecraft at school or college. So, those that work and study hard tend to put their priorities where they belong, like Paul Swords Jr. does. Hopefully, as of this recording, he's been very busy with an addition he's putting on his house and other real-life things, and hopefully things will start returning back to normal, because there are certain shows that I watch on his channel I like to watch. Others I don't really care to. Just not into them. But I'm sure you have this. I'm sure you could say the same about the Minecraft content on this channel too. So I also have a fourth show. So now I have one called One Way, where sort of similar to Race to the Farlands, although it's not exactly a duplicate of it, is I chose a direction, for the most part, only go in that one particular direction. I said particular, I didn't say the Minecraft dirty word there. One more just to make this a little more even. There we go. So these are coming a little slower, and what I do is I do them in alphabetical order. I'm doing Amped right now, obviously. Then next will be One Way, the new show that people are wondering if I'm going to continue. The answer is yes. Then it's School of Hard Knocks, and then Watch Me Suck at Minecraft, the original show. The original show of Terminal Boredom. Alright, let's just grab another block here, because I just want to make this not look as phony as it does. Actually, I'm going to grab another dirt block. Let's see. Yeah, this one should do. Yeah. It looks... now I need a third. See how things just snowball? There we go. Everything looks all pretty now, for the most part. It's a little wonky entryway, but it works. And we're dealing with pre-existing issues, so that's that. Now, it's getting a little too dark, so what I'm going to do is... Hey, did that successfully. Who knew? Anyway, next thing I want to do, and it is something I planned on doing in this episode, and I'm going to do next, is we're going to build a stable for Horsey. and his friends in the village way over there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to build it just a little back, maybe back here. And any space that is behind it besides this hole, I think I might be moving it a little more this way, is I'm going to light up everything behind it so monsters don't spawn behind there. That way the Enderman shelter will work as intentionally planned, because I don't want anything spawning over here. So what I'm going to do now is pause the video, and when we come back, we'll start that. And maybe this show will run a little long, or it might be a little short because of that little snafu with the recording. I'm not exactly sure how much time was lost on the timer. Wow. Things that shouldn't have been happening, things that shouldn't have been recorded, should I say, have, and things that should have were not. Gotta love technology sometimes when you... Oh, I think I know what happened. I have two start and stop buttons. I use a certain one, the home key, to start and stop fraps, and I have the end key, which I use to start and stop the live streams. Which, by the way, if you want to ever watch any of my live streams, here's the address in which you can watch. I've been forgetting to promote that, so if you ever need any sort of sleep aid, just go to this address and watch me play. Usually it's on my server. Every once in a while it's in one of these single-player worlds. Anyway, now I'm just going to stop yammering, maybe fight some baddies, get some more XP that I'll lose ultimately from dying, and come back, start building that stable. Before we start building that little project there, the one where we make a stable for the horses, I remember telling you in the beginning that I dug out a ton of dirt to fill in that lagoon. I thought I'd like to show you where it is. Right here. This was covered entirely in 2, 3, 4, even 5 blocks deep of dirt. In fact, to prove the point, as I get more into the center, if I hit the good old F3 button, you can see I'll have to move it down there just like that. You can see second to lowest line, plains. That's right. This whole thing was covered in dirt, and all of it is backfill for the lagoon. As you can see, I've kind of stepped everything back there, made some steps there so we can get up here. I just chose an arbitrary point in which to stop, which was right there and right here. And I've exposed quite a bit of coal. I've blocked this off because there's water there. And it stops pretty much at where that hole is, which is another cave system. Maybe exploring that one sometime in the near future. Also, you can see while I was away, I got 3 more ender pearls while I was hiding in my little Enderman shelter. The sun's starting to get a little low, so we're not going to be doing terribly much, but we will get the wrecking ball started. And I remembered I do not want to use the shovel entirely because I want to have some of it last. Also, I don't know if I brought up, I think I showed it to you before, but it was small sugarcane farm. This is the full size deal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just pick an arbitrary place to start. Right about here would be okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make these a little wider than I need it to be. The idea is when I get on and off a horse that I don't wind up getting myself stuck in a wall. However, I'm going to make it a little smaller than I usually do. Usually I like to make these yeah, that'll work. I like to make them like 5 by 5, but that might be a little much. So I'm going to go back X amount. 1, 2, 3. Let's just be sure we got 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't exactly remember the number of horses, but we dig with shovel. Anyway, this is another piece of real estate I dug out to help fill it out, because this was covered in dirt. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to let's see here. Yeah, I'll do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's just be sure here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That'll set up our little. And this will be a door. I'll just leave a couple of blanks here. Let's see how much of this I can get done. Oh, it's gonna go in that hole that I was trying to avoid. Oh well. You know what? Oh shoot. Not good. Oh boy, that was a fail. Alright, let's see. We got plenty more of this stuff. We can pillar out. Actually, that goes absolutely nowhere, so no big loss. Okay, we need a little bit of. This will make it a believable foundation, although I'll just stop one short. So I'm not entirely sure where things will line up. Okay, right about here. This should not have existed. What I'll do is I'll fill that in with dirt a little later. So what I'm going to do now is run to the safety of my Enderman shelter and slay away at things that zombies that come along. And I'll just eat a regular patty for now. So the plan is, let me just sort of set up, is that these pillars are going to be just that. They're going to be the outside posts that make it look more like a barn. These, I think I'm going to make those the walls. And I'm going to leave a little space for windows. I got some of that. And this will be maybe, I don't know. Probably use that for some structural stuff. Hey, Enderman. Stare him down, line myself up with the gate. I'm in my Enderman shelter. And for those of you that don't really have the game but watch anyway, sometimes they're a little hesitant to make the jump into the area here. Is the Enderman's roughly 3 blocks high, and this safety net, see, 2 blocks. What happens is, if the Enderman can't see you, he can't react to your attacks. So he just acts really stupid, and here you go. Easy hit, easy win. Sometimes he drops an ender pearl, other times he does not. So as I said, I promise you that we're going to be building that stable, but it's a little bit on the unsafe side. So when we come back, we're going to do just that and continue. Okay. What I did was fought off the monsters, my sword broke, and what I decided to do was, oh boy, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is wrong, but yeah, I could use those again. So it's supposed to be 5 deep each one, and 6 where the outer walls are, because that's where the doors are going to go. And all the stalls should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. That's what we want. What I'm going to do right now is I am going to use... I'm just going to break some of this down by hand. Okay, we don't want that there anymore. We're going to start building up the walls. And what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to reverse this. So I want the health to last at this point. We're going to start building the barn. And this is how it's going to be. It's going to be 2 blocks of structure followed by... I'm going to stop there just for a moment. Four of these guys. And I'm a little too low for that. That's okay. And this will just be the exterior wall. It's not going to be the entire structure. So what's going to happen is there's going to be a slit window, sort of. And then there's going to be another layer of this material, and that'll be the top level. Okay. So what I am going to do with this is going to be the floor material. That was a little unplanned, but it worked. I'll gladly take it. Okay, give me some of the more of that. Alright. So what I'm going to do is just make this a little bigger. And what I'm going to do is put a torch on every column. This will help keep the monsters from spawning next to this. The whole point of that is so that if any Endermen spawn in, you want to be able to see them. Because we're also going to light up everything behind here as well. Well, not everything, but enough to do the job. And just a little up here. Length's gonna be... I don't know why I jumped there. I didn't really have to. And if I can get one more right about there. That should take care of that little issue. So that should keep everything within visual range. And now we start this side. Yeah, that's about right. So you get an idea of what it's going to look like, sort of. Nice thing about building it the way I'm doing it is I don't, like most buildings I've built in my series, I build them up, I build up things 4 high and then just take a hit on my health. Instead, why not just do that? It's a lot safer. We definitely need a lot more of the birch. I'm not too worried because there's a little more birch over in that general vicinity. And I see the sun is already starting to go back down. It's just amazing how fast time flies when you're trying to get something accomplished. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to put the touches here. Now, this will be a too-high door, and nothing's going to be here. Granted, in the game, your head can go through glass and what have not. You need to have a 3-high. You need a 3-high and 2-wide opening minimum for safely riding a horse. But just for the sake of realism, there's not going to be anything for the 3rd level. Close enough. And I'll just repeat that here. And repeat this. Cane got in the way. Over here. Just like that. Now that's all lit up. This is all fairly well lit. I'm just gonna throw another torch right there just to be sure everything stays. Yeah, that should work. So what I'm gonna do now is I have to get back home. I do not have a torch to fight things with. Not a torch. I don't have a sword. So what I'm going to do is run back home, come back, and finish the rest of the base structure. And it's nice to know I can just simply 1, 2, 3. No longer have to jump the hills to get to safety. And here we are in this nice little dugout section there. Makes it safe to come here, go like that. And we'll start a little later. Well, after a few nights and cutting down some more of the extra dark wood, we got the structural part completed. We, of course, need a roof and things like that. Also, I was wondering what to do with the oak. That's going to be the floors and possibly more. So what I did for the most part till the last shovel broke was dig out everything before dig out everything that was dirt, and decided to whoops, that's a little much, and put the floor in at this particular level. I don't know why I'm getting a little messed up in what I want to say. Anyhow, one of the other things we also want to do, because I went and made them in advance, is I went and made up a few doors and flustered again. Well, it's not a perfect system when you randomly plop things in hopes of speeding up your really slow game. Ready? This and so I don't think in this particular episode, as I'm saying, it's going to be finished on camera. When the episode ends, I might complete this off camera and show you what I have. However, getting all the horses from that other village over here, I will not do that without you at least knowing of it, hopefully watching. Okay, we got one more set, and I put it in the wrong position per usual. Well, that's all the free positions we've got. So I'm going to do now is door and door. We're going to put in the entrances and exits. That's 1. And we run all of a sudden. When I want you to run, you don't. When I don't, you do. Interesting how that works. Okay, 1 here and 1 there. There. We got ourselves doors. We at least got that much of it. Now what I'll do for the sake of keeping things well lit is I am going to put the torches 1 level lower on the inside. That way nothing will spawn in here, although might have a slight issue with the middles. Although I'm thinking I'll have a... I know what I can do with these. Okay, what I want is that and that. Yeah, what this will do is there. Well, I didn't quite think it fully through. Is there, make a pillar system so it looks like this thing is held up by something, not just floating at free will here. So yeah, that'll work. Yeah, I probably just might get some more of the dark wood and just make, you know, decorative beams that go across just so it doesn't look fake as anything. Because I don't think there's enough time to do any real... Oops. Oh, we can get that. I don't think there's enough time to do any real progress without doing such massive jumps in time that it'll just... everything will just look rushed, and that's pretty low quality, and that's stuff I don't like to do. So the sun's starting to go down yet again. I don't have another axe. I kind of need that. So I'm going to go build another axe. Get some more material and at least another shovel. And yeah, I still have more of the regular wood, which I think I will go get some. Now I am really glad I put this tunnel in. Just makes getting in and out just that much simpler. No more climbing the big hill just to get across. Simple enough. Now I just... oh wow. I'm severely low on torches. That's not a good thing. Alright, we need one more shovel. There you go. And another axe. In fact, I'll just replace that temporarily. Oh, look. Yeah, I guess that works. I'm not going to worry about much of anything else. So what I'm going to do is when we come back... yeah, when we come back, going to have some more of the dark stuff. Well, actually, what I can do is... I got plenty more where this came from. I'll just make a stack of 64. I'm going to need 8 of these. Then I'll just make a bunch more of these. It might not be a bunch really, but need more than that. I think that'll do. I'm not sure. 2, 10, 12, 14. I got enough to make it happen. 16. Alright. When we get back, we'll start working with that stuff and we'll have more of the wood that we need. Alright. We were over there, cut some more trees down, cut another one of the dark ones down. Here we have the beam, which I realize I put just a hair too low. I can fix that off camera. That's not going to matter. So what I have here, and I realize I did not make enough gates to do the job, or fence posts, is you can jump the horse into the stall. Hence why I realize now that's a hair too low. Again, I can fix that kind of thing off camera. That's not a major issue. And have an access gate here on each one so I can get in and out and the horse can't escape. That is, if I design things right, which rarely ever happens. So, I mean, that can be fixed off camera. I'm not terribly worried about that right now. And the timer didn't start going. Yeah, well. So get that, for the most part, ready. Those beams are just a little too short. So, show you. Grab Horsey here and jump over. Not quite finished, but good enough. If I try to jump into the stall, it works, but my head clips, and that's no good. So I don't care if you wander around for the time being. Just to know that you're safe for now. Oh, I didn't mean to hit him. Oh well. What I also did was broke down a ton of these. We're going to start making roofing material out of that. Need to make more fencing for that. And I realize, just to play it safe, I did not do enough of lighting back over here. I want this to be pretty close to a monster-free zone. And I did go back here, but I just wanted to go back a little further. I just want to ensure that we are indeed getting the monsters to spawn where we can see them. This wheat farm is also another issue. There. That should do us. And we'll get rid of this because it's just looks a little ragged, as well as this. There, looks a little smoother. And that for visibility. Alright, let's... Okay, run. Horsey is now safe. We need windows. So yeah, off camera I'm gonna build the roof, put in the windows. Yeah, finish all that wonderful stuff up. So I just actually want to stay here. I got less than 3 minutes left on the timer. I'm not 100% sure how well time overall has, how much has actually elapsed, whether this is going to run long or short. Because I had the little snafu with the home and end buttons. Like I said, the home button is to start and stop fraps. end is to start and stop the live stream. Now, the reason, of course, that I chose to have two different buttons, obviously, is if I want to record while doing the live stream. If I made them all one button and I'm doing one, then one will start, the other will quit, and vice versa. Not what I want. If I want to record something that I'm doing live, I have another button so I can do that easily. But sometimes I get them mixed up. So, yeah, it looks like that lighting up behind the stable works quite well. Like I said, those beams going across is just more of a decorative feature, and I am going to... Oh, well, look at that. 3 little twerps. And a little too close. And a little too close again. So... Wow, they're actually hitting me. Usually they can't hit me from back here. So, yeah, it seems it's holding its own right now. And yes, I see the zombie coming my way, which is why I'm coming back in. I'll eat one of those. Yeah, so I might as well just wrap up this episode by killing a bunch of hitbox. Hitbox detection still is marginal at best. So I'm just going to be hiding in here and stop the video. Come here. Actually, I don't know why I jumped the 3rd time, because they wind up dead anyway. So, what I'll do for now is, under the safety of my Enderman shelter, I'm going to say this is this episode of Amped. When we come back, that shelter for the horse will be completely finished, and we'll have other things to do as well, and I'll be exploring a little more off camera. Georgia551 saying, hope you enjoyed, and have a good one.